So if you run an online service-based business and you want the type of clients that want to stay forever, then I want to break down 5 points in this video that are going to help you get clients to stay forever. And this comes from a lot of trial and error myself, of really just not knowing about proper service delivery, and again, your own personal issues that can get in the way of relationships and things like that. So I want to break down a lot of lessons I've learned and some of the failings I've made to help save you potentially months or even years of trial and error. So let's get into the first point. So the first one here is you want to not overpromise and not underdeliver, because so many people do that in the online money-making space. So many younger guys learning how to provide services online, learning a skill like copywriting or email marketing or video editing or graphic design, whatever the skill might be. They learn to be super salesy. Even if they have no experience, they make up a bunch of fake shit. And you don't want to sell lies. You don't want to sell someone on fake shit. And I know from having issues with accountability in the past, especially amongst my close friendship circles, luckily it's not really edged its way too far into the money side of my life and financially in terms of business, but so many people do that. And so what I want you to do is under-promise and over-deliver, because that is going to be one of the best ways that you can build healthy, long-term, strong relationships with clients that will want to stay forever. And I'll get onto some of the other points about how to back this up as well. And the reason you want to do this is because, one, it's a bit of a pattern interrupt, because so many business owners, so many people are so used to people being super salesy, over-promising, like selling you the world and then just basically selling you some little plant. Like, so many people over-promise and under-deliver. So what I want you to do is, obviously this is just my advice based on my experience, is deep down you truly know what you're capable of in terms of the skill set you're providing as a service. So I want you to sell it, just promise about 70 to 80% of what you're actually capable of. Don't promise 100%. And then I want you to deliver 200%. At least double, if not 1,000% of what you're actually capable of. Because you want to put your all into these clients that are going to be the foundations of what is going to set up the rest of your business for you. And of course, if you want these clients to stay forever, these are going to be the foundations of your business. These aren't just clients that you want to go after a few months. And that's the trouble. Because deep down, the people that over-promise and under-deliver, they don't really care about the client. They just care about a quick cash grab, some cheap, easy service they don't really put so much effort into, and they just want those clients to go and never remember them. But if you want clients to stay forever, they're going to remember the work, because they're going to remember what you did. So under-promise and over-deliver. Put 1,000% effort into your service, put 1,000% effort into your skill, and you'll truly have clients that love you for it, because you've probably promised them like 70 to 80% of what you actually can do, which is still amazing, and you're going to over-deliver like hell, and that's going to be amazing for you. Now, what do you do if you don't have an amazing portfolio yet? You don't have many clients as proof of results, or whatever it might be. Don't have many testimonials, don't have any reviews, whatever it might be. Well, actually, you have one of the most amazing competitive advantages here. Now, I don't want to get into that just yet. I'll get into that after this next point. But this leads actually perfectly into this next point of what I was mentioning there about the competitive advantage, because one way that you can have a competitive advantage, regardless of your experience, is understanding this one lesson about the psychology of business, really, actually as a whole, but especially just a client experience. And this is something I actually learned from, I guess, like Rory Sutherland, who's that guy that's kind of blown up on TikTok over the last couple of years. I first watched him like 3 years ago, and he's really blown up. And there's this book he's mentioned called Unreasonable Hospitality. But I'll give you the long and I'll give you the the short of it, basically. So the whole point of that book and what he's saying is that actually, a lot of the time, it doesn't come down to the service you're providing. It comes down to the way you make the client feel. And what he means by this is, ultimately it comes down to like a deep, like kind of psychological, philosophical quote, which is that people remember not what you did for them, but how you made them feel. And so if you go above and beyond for a client, but you don't really do much in terms of making them feel any sort of sense of achievement from the work you've done, or you didn't really do much besides just the work. And yes, they might be grateful, let the loud bike go past, but they don't really feel much for it. Yes, you've done amazing in terms of provide the skill set you said you're providing as a service, but you've not really gone above and beyond in terms of the client experience. And that's the difference between providing an amazing client experience as well as delivering your service, the skill itself, as opposed to just, you've done some email marketing, you've done some video editing, you just provided the thing. Because yes, people do see, and this is the mistake I've made in the past of just like being a kind of introverted video editor, graphic designer kind of guy, doing the videos, sending it off, and that was it really, not really being very talkative. Whereas if you put half of your time and efforts as well into truly caring about what they really want as a client, where their pain points are, what they really want from your service, then they'll massively appreciate you way more than just providing the service as a skill, providing the skill you provide. So making them feel heard is as important as the skill you're providing, and that's true important there. So coming back to the point I was about to mention after the first point, which is all about your competitive advantage, especially if you don't have much experience yet, if you don't have many clients under your belt, if you don't have much portfolio yet, you have one of the biggest competitive advantages in the world. Because if you don't have much experience, you have all of the time and effort to prove to a client or set of clients that you can put all of your time and all of your resources and capacity into providing the best, most exceptional service possible to those clients. And that's exactly what you can explain to those clients. If you don't have much yet, you have so much to lose if you lost these clients. So you have everything you can possibly put in to helping these clients as possible. And that's exactly why that's so important. So that's why you need to focus on that one there. Now, the next point is, again, more of a psychological one, but this comes down to focusing not just on the skill of the service you're providing, and again, how you make them feel. Because one of the strongest points of making clients that feel like they just can't work with anyone except for you is it's down to the relationship you build with them. Now, the client I worked with where they were literally like retiring, genuinely, it was like I was working for like an uncle or like my grandparents. It felt like that. Like I even met up with coffee with them a few times. Like I mean, you can do that anyway with any clients in particular, but I genuinely, like, they almost felt like uncle or grandparents to me. And it can become like that kind of relationship if you only have a handful of clients you're working with. And if you build that kind of relationship with them, where they feel heard, they understand you, and you'll provide an amazing service, they will truly never ever want to work with anyone else. And that's how you want to get clients that want to stay forever. And if you just see clients as another number, as another 1K per month, as another 500 or whatever your retainer is, they'll know that too. And they'll sense that, they'll feel it, and they won't feel the relationship there, they won't see that sense of connection, they won't feel it, and they'll just only be riding on the results you're getting them, if any, and they won't think twice about, or they won't think more than twice at least, about working with somebody else if they see the results there. Because that's actually another massive emotional lever you have. A massive emotional piece of leverage is, even if someone else is better than you at the skill you do, if you've made them feel heard, if you have that good relationship and connection with them, they'll actually choose you over someone else, which is often why you actually end up not getting clients in the first place. If someone's talking to somebody else and they've got a good relationship with them, they can actually provide a worse service than you, but they'll get that client. They'll get them as the client because they have a better relationship with them. And that's why a relationship is so strong. And that's why it's so, so important. That's what's really saved me like countless times now, especially with these couple that retired. Like they almost didn't want to retire. At least they wanted to. They actually recommended me to a few other people as well. And that's obviously the power of a relationship too. Now, the fifth and final point here is you want to be more than just a service provider. And this comes like a second point from the relationships, is you don't just want to be the freelancer, be the agency owner, be the person that's providing the email marketing or whatever service you provide, right? Because if you just provide a service, you're just like another employee to them. You're just like another expense. And so if you don't build that relationship, if you don't do more than just provide the skill, if you don't want to chat to them, if you don't want to catch up with them whenever you can, if you don't want to build that relationship with them, then no wonder they want to leave after you've done what you've said you're going to do. Whereas if you build that relationship at the same time as providing the skill, you're way more than just another employee to them. You're way more than just a number in their books. You're way more than just an expense. And they'll want to recommend you if they have to let you go. They'll want to do everything. They'll want to move the earth for you as much as you'll move the earth for them whenever you can. Because that is ultimately the backbone and the foundations of strong, healthy relationships. So that is truly what's going to set you apart from everybody else. So I do hope you found all these points valuable. If you did, please do leave a like, consider subscribing. And yes, I hope you can get clients that want to stay forever, long-term clients. Again, remember, it's a mix of the skill as well. Obviously, you are the technician, you are the expert at providing that skill, but it's also about making them feel heard, about having a strong client experience to make them feel heard, understand their pain points, understand their desired outcomes, and you'll have clients that want to stay forever. So again, thanks very much for watching. Please do check out my other video about 9 steps to helping you get more clients too, as well as my other video about helping you start and scale on WOP. And other than that, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.